Hey moms. So today's tip is how to create a super strong network, which is really important for a single mom. So I've got 5 tips for you, and these come in really handy, and I use them. I dropped my sheet. Okay, so tip number 1. Single moms have a lot on their plate, which you know. So the problem that we have is how do we keep a strong mind, keep everything in balance in our life? And when you are the only one doing all of those responsibilities, it's a little bit harder to keep everything balanced. For example, if you're giving more quality attention in one area, you're going to drop in the other area. It could be housekeeping, could be self-care, could be rest, could be going late to work, could be your child is tired and grumpy. So here is 5 tips. Number 1, let's see here. First off, so the topic is how to build a support network. So there's 5 ways that I'm going to teach you on how to build that network. Okay, the first one is daycare. So this is really, really critical because use daycare to your advantage. Not everybody uses daycare, but if you do, or even if you have a day home or maybe regular babysitters and they have really close friends, you're going to want to attend any events or anything that they organize if you're free. And the reason being is that you're going to be seeing the same children and their same parents repetitively. So why not take advantage of that? I know for myself, when I drop Daxon off to daycare, I make sure I smile at everyone and I chat and I say hi with their child's name and let them know that I recognize them. And then you build friendships that way. So you want to be able to build friendships with people that are in your daycare, because if you're running late for work and you trust this person, or running late at work and you can't pick up your child, you always have an option then of building that support network, and they can pick up your child or stay there at the daycare with him or her for a few minutes until you arrive. So that's one really good benefit. And also, kids are really great for conversation starters because they talk to everybody, and so you have an affinity right away to be able to carry on a conversation, and so it's easy to meet new people that way. So that's my first tip, is use your daycare as your advantage to make new friends, a new support network through conversation and just connecting with them. Let's see here. Other thing with daycare is that you can actually plan events with the other children at daycare. So for example, I became friends with one of my son's friend's mom, and she's also a single mom. So what we do is once or twice a month, we'll take the kids to McDonald's. They go and they have fun in the play area, and me and her enjoy a coffee together. We vent, we converse, and we just chill out. So that's that one. Okay, tip number 2. Where did I put it? Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. So step number 2 is use social media to find social groups. So social media is awesome because you can just punch in single mom groups. You're gonna find different things. I know for myself, I had joined a group, had nothing to do with single moms, but it was a bunch of moms that were getting together for a common topic that we had an interest in. And we used to do little events like gather up Christmas gift cards and hand them out to the homeless. And through that, you build trust, and you also meet other people that have the same interests as you. So that's the second tip, is just find some sort of a group where you can bring your child along with you, because we used to let the kids play on the side and we would just have our chit chats and just socialize as moms. So that's another thing. And then also you know that those people have the same type of interest, so you already have a common denominator. And then in the end, you build those relationships. And I've actually became really best friends with one of the girls that I met through that group. And her son and my son ended up playing together when we'd go there. And now we're just really good friends and supportive with each other. Okay, so let's see here. Another one is, did I do 1, 2, and 3? Number 3, so find someone outside of your regular circle that has raised children. So I have one friend, and she's more of an acquaintance, but she'll call me once in a while and just chat on the phone. And she's raised 2 children, and they're outside of the home now. So I have my mom, I have my dad, I have my aunts, and everybody close to me, and that's awesome. But we're all raised the same way. So being able to have a conversation with someone who raises their children in a totally opposite way, or just uses different tools, it's nice to see their perspective. So not that anything you're doing is wrong or the way that you were raising your children's wrong, but it gives you a different insight, and then you can get to kind of play with that, and then you'll learn different ways to look at things. Sometimes the way we were raised, we don't know how to teach that to our children, how to implement that, because we have different personalities. So having a friend outside of the circle of your norm, it fills in those gaps for you. And number 4, attend network events. So this is really actually an awesome thing, because I don't know if you're familiar with networking, but most people that are in networking really love self-development, because they see how self-development helps them gain better things in life. So part of that means that they love people and they want to make a difference in people's lives. So when you go to networking events, you're sure to meet other people that are friendly. They want to get to know you. They have lots of great different things that you can go and attend, and it's free events. And I mean, for the most part, right? Like where you can actually just have complete different conversations. You might meet someone who is into health, and you might be struggling, and they're like, hey, why don't you check out your iron? And then you're like, oh, okay, never thought of that. So networking events is awesome, and they also know other people. Everybody knows another single mom, and so they might be able to connect you with somebody that they know. And the thing with networkers is they know everybody, and they like to connect. Networkers are like connecting wires, so they're a really good group of people to have in your pocket. And I think I'm on number 5. Whatever it is, that's what you're getting today. Okay, so let's see. Number 5, community services. This is amazing. I've actually attended a few groups where they had on one night a week, or every 2 weeks, I'd go to a single mom's event. It was actually a single parents event, and it was at a church in the evening. It was at church, but yet it was like a secular event, so anybody can go. You don't have to be someone who believes in church and those belief systems, but they would provide supper, and then they would have babysitters. Everything's volunteer, and my son would go and play with them, play hockey or whatever they did in the gym, and then us parents would go and we'd hear different people speak, or just like hang out and do fun things. And then they'd have group gatherings. So that was one option. So community services I have here. Also ask the daycare, or if you don't use a daycare, call a daycare, ask them for a list of resources of free community events and services, because they're the ones that know where all of those items are. And with that, let's see. So with the other thing with community services as well, it's really neat, is check with your community. Depending on your income level, the community that you're in usually have different associations and charity groups for family resources, charity places, clothes for kids, places to help you with school supplies. And also you can probably get a free membership. Like if you have a YMCA or a community rec center in your town, go and check to see if you can apply, and sometimes they'll give you some different courses or events or groups that your son or your daughter could join for free, including yourself, and try out some different things. So if you go and attempt to do these different tips that I gave you, you're going to end up meeting a lot of new people, bring some new people into your life, and get the support that you need to be able to be a awesome mom, good mom, great mom, whatever you want to call it.